In 6 months' time?
I'll say exactly, if I write my memoirs in 6 months' time, which I can't possibly conceive of doing, I'll say exactly what I've just said to you out in the open.
Shappy.
I just wanted to say, so close to a general election, one thing that I really hope that I love that Labour has done is terrific is Sure Start. And the one Sure Start, thank you, it's brilliant. And the Tories are already talking about shaking up Sure Start, which
No.
in itself.
Let's not go.
We're talking about going back to what it was intended to do, which was help particularly disadvantaged
We're not running the
families.
election campaign here. The person in red at the very back there.
We have confirmed we support Sure Start.
In red.
That's not true.
The person in red. No, we're not conducting an election campaign. We're talking about Gordon Brown at the moment. The man in red there at the back.
Recently, a young child asked Lord Mandelson why he was still supporting Gordon Brown, and Lord Mandelson replied, "Well, he's the only toy I have left to play with." How much pressure does Lord Mandelson exert over Gordon Brown, and should it be a concern for the country?
I think to answer that briefly.
Well, he's very influential in the cabinet. He's a very powerful politician, is the answer to that question.
He saved Gordon Brown at the previous time, the last failed plot, equally incompetent plot. And Peter is enjoying being at the centre of politics. But I ask myself, why on earth does he keep saving Gordon Brown? I think it's because they can't agree on who can replace him. I think it's because by keeping Gordon Brown there, he gives himself such a powerful role in the middle of government. I agree with Kelvin. I think this time they exacted a price and they said, we have got to be involved, all of us, in the election campaign. We have got to stick to New Labour and we must insist we tackle policies. These are policies. These are policies because they want him to stop pretending there isn't a financial crisis and they want to try to put together a policy which he's can't.
Christian.
Gordon Brown is clearly not the right person to be Prime Minister, without any doubt at all. I mean, it seems to me, if you look at his track record, I can remember being on the opposition benches when he was the Chancellor, and he didn't display the most basic elements of leadership. If you asked a difficult question, he would put up his junior ministers to answer it. And the only way of getting him on his feet was if you actually lobbed him a very soft one about some initiative that he'd recently come up with. This is not someone, in my view, who has the courage and the decisiveness necessary to be Prime Minister, nor does he have the communication skills. And the fact that we've seen 3 coup attempts against him since he's become Prime Minister, I think is testament to that. This is a divided Labour Party, and I think he is going to lead the Labour Party to a very serious defeat.
OK.
And what do you think...
I want to move on, because we've only got 20 minutes left. And I want to have a question about a different part of the United Kingdom, this one from Liz Cowan, please. Liz Cowan.
What repercussions will the revelations around Peter and Iris Robinson have on the peace process?
Peter Hain, you were Secretary of State for Northern Ireland at one point. What do you think is going to happen as a result of what's going on in Northern Ireland?
Well, it's very tragic. I mean, Peter Robinson, I was very central in negotiating the end of the conflict and the new settlement that we saw in May 2007 with Sinn Féin.